Hello, hello, and good evening. Jim Jackson here from Pets2impress, where paws come first. And I'm joined tonight by the lovely Joan Patterson, who has been a client of ours for a number of years. I'm going to hand you over to Joan, and she's going to tell you how she first entered the Pets2impress world. So, Joan, over to you.
Evening, Tim. It was 10 years ago now that I took my golden retriever puppy Monty to Blytheman and Partners for his injections, and there was a notice there saying that this Pets2impress company was running puppy classes in South Shields. So I thought, ideal, we'll take him to this puppy class, and then found out that the head vet nurse at Blytheman's was actually the owner of Pets2impress.
That's me.
So I thought, oh, well, vet nurse must know what he's talking about. So
how wrong you were.
Class. Went to the puppy classes, and I had a great time. Monty loved it, although he was a little bit big for some of the little puppies that were there, so we used to get in a little bit of trouble. Mm-hmm. But then found out from Tim that he also did pet sitting. So from the first holiday we went on, I think Monty went to stay with Tim.
He did.
In his home, and he absolutely loved it.
He loved Lady too, didn't they? Them two had a proper little bond together as well too. So they got on very well.
Yeah, so Monty and Lady that was it. Love blossomed.
And it was lovely, but they did though. They really did get on really well though. Like, I know every time I brought him round, she got really excited to see him. He got really excited to see her. They loved being out together. I mean, I'll never forget Monty. He was definitely a character. There's a story that always pops in mind, and that was the time that so he wasn't with me, he was with Rebecca at the time, and she had him on the beach, and he literally got a scent, and then he was off. She chased after him, and he was found in the chippy. So, well, I say found, she didn't lose him. He made his way to the chippy, and he took himself behind the counter and started barking for one of the sausages. So that was Monty's in a nutshell, really, wasn't it, though? Yeah. And then, sadly, obviously, unexpectedly as well, you lost Monty, didn't you? Which was, it really hit me as well. I'll always remember that phone call. If I remember, it was a bank holiday that you rang us.
Bank holiday.
That's right. I was painting the hallway, and I had a missed call from you, and because me and Joan have got quite a funny relationship, I was like, oh, what does she want now? But then she'd left a voicemail explaining what had happened, and it really broke us. It was so sad because he was. I mean, how old was Monty when you got put to sleep?
6.5.
Yeah, he was no age whatsoever. He still had he should have still had a long time left in him, and I know it.
Well, strangely, I got a memory thing on Facebook. And it was 10 years ago. I think it was yesterday. And it was 10 years ago. And it was a photograph of Monty as a puppy in the pen with his mum.
Aww.
So the breeder had sent a photo of him. And I thought, God, he should still be here.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely, because it was no age whatsoever, and that's definitely the hardship of owning a dog, isn't it? You never know when the time's going to come. Luckily though, he did get to come to the daycare, and he did get to experience it. He was one of the first dogs in daycare, actually. And he did like it. I think he liked it a little bit too much, if I remember correctly. He was very humpy towards a lot of the stuff that he was in when he got overexcited, bless him. But then obviously, sadly, we did lose Monty, and I was gutted, Rebecca was gutted, Sienna, my daughter, she was gutted as well too. And then we introduced Freddie and Dixie to the world as well too.
We did,
so tell us a little bit about Freddie and Dixie.
Well, we actually got Dixie when Monty was 5.5. So we thought it's kind of an ideal time because Monty's still young enough to be able to play with a puppy, and still want to play with the puppy. And she can kind of learn from him, although she did learn the wrong things from him. Like how to roll in muddy puddles and how to go off and eat rubbish from the trees and eat branches and all sorts of stuff. But then obviously, sadly, when Monty died, Dixie was only 10 months old. Now, we had intended to breed from Dixie. That was why we got a bitch. But after what happened with Monty and it being so sudden, and I was just terrified anything would happen to Dixie. So we decided against that. But she started to pine for him, or, you know, for a mate.
Yeah.
And although she did go to daycare and she went to, because we'd taken her and Monty to the agility classes, the stay and play. So it was really important actually to use daycare then so she could interact with, you know, with dogs that she knew. She did that anyway in the park, but it was a different kind of atmosphere for her, a different environment. So we then decided to get another dog as a mate for Dixie. And we thought, right, we're going to go for a dark retriever. So he's not going to be kind of another Monty. We wanted something different because Monty was so special. We wanted a completely different type of dog, but still a retriever. So we got Freddie.
and actually, Freddie's quite similar to
Never
Monty.
been the same since.
But he's quite similar to Monty, I think, with a lot of his characters.
You
Although you were trying to get something different, he's very, very similar with his characters.
He's just so cheeky, just like Monty. He's really cheeky.
Absolutely.
And he doesn't care. He does not care what he does. He doesn't feel remorse about anything. Nothing at all.
I think that's why me and him get on so well.
I probably, yeah. So now obviously Freddie and Dixie both go to daycare, and they both went through the puppy classes.
Yeah, that's right. So that takes me on to the next one. Obviously, over the years, you've got to know me. So from the puppy class that I ran when I did them with Monty, and then obviously the time I looked after them. But why do you think that you've continued to use this daycare? What do you think it is that makes you think this is the daycare that I need to bring the dogs to? Why do you enjoy bringing the dogs, and why do you think the dogs enjoy coming as well too?
Well, from my point of view, I suppose I don't want to make your head any bigger than it is.
I like the way this is going already.
I know you. I trust you. I trust you implicitly with all the dogs. I'm the kind of person who wouldn't leave our dogs with anybody else. And you do have a special bond with them. I know it's more so kind of now with Freddie than Dixie because he's so cheeky. Totally. I know you don't get us wrong. I know you love Dixie.
I do. But I think
the relationship
Freddie doesn't really give you the much chance to spend time with Dixie. He's like, I'm here. He's like, it's all about me.
It is. It's all about Freddie. You've got to make time for Dixie.
Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, so for me, it's ideal. I mean, it gives three of us an opportunity to have time apart. Because I don't work, the dogs are with me kind of 24/7. And I love that. But we both need time away from each other. And they love going to Pets2impress. I mean, I was having to isolate, as you know, a couple of weeks ago, and Gordon took the dogs, and he says, they nearly took my shoulder out. He says, I opened the door, he says, and I literally had to let go of the leads. I said, well, I know that's what they do. I says, they just love it. and they're in as soon as they can, and they're straight in there, and it's like Freddie's, oh, who's here, you know.
Straight on his back.
Dixie starts barking, I'm here, I've arrived.
They love it though, they do love it, and we love having them here as well too. And obviously you sign them up to the membership plan as well, so you're now an official Gold member. I know the membership only started at the beginning of September, but how have you found it so far? Obviously you get your school trips and your super adventures and things like that. How have you found it so far?
Well, do you know, it's funny because normally we kind of just on a Monday or a Sunday we'll say, right, what day we're going to put the dogs in daycare this week? Because we don't need to put them in for a particular reason. It's just obviously for them to have fun and us to kind of have a little bit of a break. So it's actually made us sit down and say, right, this week we're going to put them in this day and they're going to do a super adventure. And then they're going to go then and they're going to do, you know, their school trip. And it just means it's focused our mind. And it means that we know when the dogs are going in. So they're not going to miss out on anything. And to be honest, it's a no-brainer, Tim. Do you know what I'm saying?
It is a good little plan, isn't it? It's a good little plan. It's good fun, and I love it as well too. I mean, I love doing the adventures, super adventures. I love doing the school trips as well too. And the thing I love about them is they just love every aspect of it. They love being in the arena. They love the sense space. They love going on the school trips. They love going on the super adventures. Don't get us wrong. There's been a number of times that they've had me heart in my mouth on adventures. So something you shared on the private Facebook page for members only a couple of days ago. Something you experienced that I told you about. So quickly, just for the viewers. So one of the places I take the dogs to on the the normal adventures is like the Bees World Nature Reserve, and then you've got St Paul's or St John's.
I think is it St Paul's or St Bees or something? I don't know.
It's St something anyway. St something. But basically, there's some ruins there. But alongside the ruins, there's a wall, and on the other side of that wall is the river. Now, Freddie and Dixie have normally got a very, very good recall, but Dixie seems to have a nose for the water, and she's like, I know where it is, and I'm going to get there. I don't care how, I don't care when, but I will get there. And I was with her, and she looked at this wall, and then within seconds, she was over the wall. I was like, oh, here we go. And then Freddie followed, and then they were at the bottom of the wall, like, come on, climb over, we want to go in the water. So I had to climb over this wall to then go and meet them, just so that they could make the way to the water. And then obviously you experienced that as well too, just the other day. So
I did, but it was Freddie who jumped the wall first this time.
Oh, well, there you go. Dixie's obviously, he's learned from Dixie.
He's learned from Dixie.
But no, they've got great partners.
I'm a lot older than you are, Tim. I had to climb that wall.
You said it. I know. The thing is, you've got to go through all them bushes as well too, don't you? So it's not just like a wall that leads to a path. You've got to like make your way through all the nettles and the bushes.
I know.
Do much for them because you know that's what they want. So, and they're not going to take no for an answer anyway. So and another thing then. So what out of all of the things that they do, obviously being a goal, they get to experience everything that we put Pets2impress. What do you think they highlight? What do you think? So obviously, when you see the pictures and the videos and things, what do you think this is what they love the most? Apart from me, of course.
Well, of course, obviously. Honestly, I think it's the adventures, the super adventures.
Yeah, because they do like them.
They go to Orden Valley with you for the school trips, but we take them there as well. So it's kind of that's a norm for them.
Yeah.
I mean, they love it. Don't get me wrong. You know, they
super adventures with us going somewhere maybe that you might not have been before as well too. It's good. It's good just for them to make use of the natural senses, isn't it?
It is.
And you are bringing them in to experience the sense space on Tuesday as well, aren't you? So,
yes,
so you'll get to see how much carnage they cause in there. I should say causes the carnage. Freddie just waits patiently for the treat for Dixie to leave some and he goes and gets them, or you'll pick up a toy and just walk around watching what Dixie. But you'll get to experience that yourself when you're in on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I guess my final question for you tonight is, how are they when you pick them up, when you get them home after they've had a day of daycare?
Shattered.
Yeah.
Absolutely shattered.
They're definitely fulfilled then.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, well, you and I know Freddie hates the car.
Yeah.
Well, he hates my car.
Yeah, he loves mine.
He doesn't
now.
mind yours, by all accounts. But he hates getting into my car. And when I go to pick them up, Dixie comes running out, and Freddie just clings to whoever it is who's in the arena. He's like, no, don't make me go, please. But yeah, they come back, they have their tea, which is the first thing Dixie does, is look up at the cupboard. Okay, let me have my tea, ma'am. And then you don't hear a word from them. They sleep until you make them go out to do their business.
But that's because we've literally ticked all the boxes as well, isn't it? Yeah. So they've obviously had the mental stimulation, the physical stimulation, obviously combined together as one. And I know they love it. They absolutely love it. And I know I've said this already, but we love having them here as well too. So, and I was just looking after them not so long ago. Actually, they were with me not so long ago. So yeah. But I guess final thing I need to say is thank you very much for putting your trust in us and for continuing to use Pets2impress, for becoming a gold member. Although I do take the mick out of you a lot, a lot. I do massively appreciate everything that you've done for us over the years as well too, because I guess without lovely loyal clients like you, businesses can't continue anyway. So thank you very, very much. I will always have a very soft spot for poor Mr. Monty, hence why he's picked us around the arena and on our board outside as well too. Yeah. I do have a big soft spot for Monty, but I also have a big soft spot for Freddie and Dixie. Well, my kids love Freddie and Dixie as well too. Whenever I say we've got Freddie and Dixie, they're very, very excited. So there we go. So I'll let you go. Have a lovely evening, and I will see you next week.
Excellent.
Tuesday's the first one I'll see you. Yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. So thank you very much for your time. I really, really appreciate it.
You're very welcome.